Hi, it's me. From glowing trees to frozen waterfalls, these are 10 unreal wonders of nature you have to see before you die. Number 10. Glowing trees. If you thought that bioluminescence was just for jellyfish and fireflies, think again. In the forests of West Virginia and parts of Canada and Europe, there are trees that glow. The big toe fungus, also known as the myxomycetes, is a type of slime mold that grows on dead trees. When this strange fungus is exposed to moisture and nutrients, it glows brightly. It comes in many colors from blue to yellow to red. It looks like a neon sign in the forest, but it's nature's way of marking its territory. So if you see a glowing tree in the dark, don't touch it unless you want your skin to turn green. 9. Frozen waterfall. There are few things more magical than a waterfall, but add ice and snow into the mix and it becomes a wonder of the world. France's Col de Martigny is home to an unbelievable sight during the winter months when the Pisavache River freezes over and turns into a spectacular frozen waterfall. But unlike other frozen waterfalls, this one towers 656 feet into the air, making it one of the tallest ice formations on the planet. It happens every year between January and March, although the exact date varies depending on the weather. When the temperature rises above freezing, the waterfall melts away until the following winter. Scientists say the waterfall forms because of the angle of the sun on the mountainside, which forms a pocket of cold air that eventually freezes the river. Number 8. Lake Natron, Tanzania. There are plenty of deadly lakes around the world. Take, for example, the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia, which is filled with toxic volcanic gases and has never had any life in it whatsoever. Or how about the Black Sea in Georgia, which is so polluted that anything that enters the water immediately dies. But we wanted to focus on something a bit different, namely a lake that kills only animals that drink it. Lake Natron in Tanzania is full of calcium carbonate, and when animals drink it, their bodies petrify almost instantly. This means that anything that drinks water from this lake is mummified in place. That includes thousands of flamingos that sometimes fall victim to the lake. As a result, flamingos can be found scattered across the shore of Lake Natron, stuck forever in midair as if they were turned to stone by an evil sorcerer. Number 7. Bioluminescent waves. We all know what bioluminescence is. It's the ability of an organism to produce light. Fireflies, deep-sea creatures, and certain types of fungi are all bioluminescent. But did you know that waves can also glow? During the summer months, the surface of the ocean near the shore often glows at night. It's a sight that seems straight out of a fantasy novel, but it's actually caused by microscopic algae that get carried to the surface by the waves. They absorb energy during the day, then release it at night in the form of light. That's why it's called dinoflagellate. These tiny organisms move in undulating waves, just like the ocean they live in. It's no surprise that this is also where they got their name. The light show typically lasts for several hours, but it depends on the weather. Calm seas and clear skies will enhance the bioluminescence, while windy and cloudy nights will dampen the spectacle. Still, it's worth waiting for. The sight of glowing waves crashing on the beach is truly amazing. Number 6. The Running Yarra. Australia is a continent full of unusual natural phenomena. Its Pink Lake, Lake Hillier, is famous all over the world. And then there's the Great Blue Hole, a gigantic underwater sinkhole that's open to this day. But if you want to see something really weird, visit the Running Yarra in Western Australia. The Running Yarra is a shallow creek that appears to flow uphill. It's not a mirage and it's not some kind of optical illusion. It really does flow uphill, defying the laws of gravity. That is because the creek bed is sloped at such an angle that water flows uphill instead of downhill. It also doesn't help that there are rocks and pebbles in the creek that further confuse the eye. Number 5. Angel's Landing. Arizona is home to some of the most beautiful natural scenery in the United States. The Grand Canyon, Sedona, and Monument Valley are just a few places that come to mind. But one place that's often overlooked is Angel's Landing. Located in the Parashant National Monument, Angel's Landing is a geological oddity that looks like a scene straight out of Star Wars. That's because the layers of rock have been eroded at different rates, leaving behind these tall, thin fins that jut out from the ground. Some are only a few feet tall, while others tower over 200 feet into the air. The best time to visit Angel's Landing is in the spring when wildflowers are in bloom. That's because the bright colors of the flowers contrast nicely with the stark gray of the fins. Just be careful if you decide to climb them. One wrong move and you could find yourself tumbling down the side of a mountain. 4. Chocolate Hills. If you've ever seen the Chocolate Hills in the Philippines, you might be forgiven for thinking they're just a bunch of boring old mountains. That's because most of the year they look like any other rocky outcropping. But during the dry season, the hills turn brown, giving them the appearance of giant chocolate truffles. That's why they're called the Chocolate Hills. But there's more to these hills than meets the eye. Each hill is actually a limestone formation that was created by rainwater seeping through the porous rock. Over time, the water carved away at the softer rock, leaving behind these hard, chocolatey-looking masses. 3. The wave. If you've seen the movie Wild, you probably remember the scene where Cheryl Strayed and her friend are hiking through the Grand Canyon and come across a rock formation that looks like a giant wave frozen in time. Well, believe it or not, there is actually a place in the United States where you can see a wave like this in real life. It's called The Wave and it's located in the Vermilion Cliffs National Monument in northern Arizona. The wave is a sandstone formation that was created by wind and rain eroding the rock. It took hundreds of millions of years for this wave to form, but it could be gone in a matter of decades. That's because the Colorado Plateau, where the wave is located, is slowly being lifted up out of the ground. As the plateau rises, the wave will be exposed to more wind and rain, which will cause it to erode even faster. So if you want to see the wave, you better hurry. Number 2. Amazon River Dolphin. Dolphins are found in oceans all over the world. But did you know that there's also a freshwater dolphin living in the Amazon River? It's called the Amazon River dolphin, also known as the pink river dolphin, even though it's not actually pink. Baby dolphins are born with gray skin, but as they mature, their skin turns a reddish-brown color. The reason for the color change is unknown, but it's thought to be related to mating. Males may turn pink to attract a mate, or females may turn darker to hide their babies from predators. Whatever the reason, it makes the Amazon River dolphin one of the most beautiful creatures in the world. Number 1. Northern Lights. The Northern Lights, also known as the Aurora Borealis, are a natural light display in the sky that occurs in high-latitude regions. They're caused by charged particles from the sun interacting with the Earth's atmosphere. When these particles hit the atmosphere, they excite the atoms and molecules in the air, which then emit light. The colors of the northern lights depend on the type of gas that's being hit. For example, oxygen produces green and red light, while nitrogen produces blue and purple light. The best place to see the northern lights is in Iceland, Finland, and Norway, where the night sky is dark and free of light pollution. Seeing the northern lights is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you won't soon forget. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. What do you think is the most amazing wonder of nature? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.